Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is another artist talk, as I call them, type of video. One thing I do want to say real quick is that during this video, it's a little lighter, or I unaccidentally filmed it a little overexposed, but the colors in person are darker, and it ended up being a really nice, kind of dreamy feel, cloudy painting. Which I normally don't do. I'm normally all for those deep colors, so this was different and a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys liked the video. Before we get into today's topic, as you guys can tell from the title, is going to be on how to start selling your artwork. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel so you guys can see future videos. And make sure to hit the bell button so you guys can get notifications when I post. I'd really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. So today's topic, as I said, is going to be on how to start selling your artwork. This is a topic that I think is not always often talked about between artists, simply because I think people kind of worked for it themselves and they get scared in a way to start sharing the information that they gathered with other artists because they don't want, business being stolen, or they, think that that person should work for it just like they had to. But I think that we should all be willing to share our findings and our secrets with fellow artists, because we know the struggle that we had to go through in order to get to where we were. So I think it's a good thing for us to be able to share it. So I'm going to kind of share the tips that I've gathered over the past 2 years with you guys. I have definitely learned a lot when it comes to selling, where to sell, and just kind of how to go about it. But there's a ton of stuff I do not know. And like I said before, I am a self-taught artist, so nobody told me this. This is stuff that I just figured out on my own. And I'm also still learning, and there's tons and tons of different ways, and there's ways I've failed at. There's ways I wouldn't say mastered, but I've definitely become more acquainted to. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys. Number one on how to start selling first is there are always art festivals going on around you. This is my number one way to sell my artwork, is in person, especially when you're a beginner artist. Selling online is just going to be really hard, especially when you don't have a presence known. It's really tricky. So I would suggest finding ways to sell in person. Again, even getting into certain art festivals, certain business festivals. Maybe it's for small businesses, maybe it's for young entrepreneurs, any of that. Sometimes they look for experience, or they look for what you really have to offer. So I just make sure that whatever you decide to apply for, make sure that you have a good chance of getting in. If you are like right away starting out, stay more local. Don't spend a bunch of money on the spot that you pay for, because you want to be able to at least break even. Obviously, your goal is to make a profit, but you want to at least break even. It sucks when you lose money on a spot, and that's only happened to me once, I believe. Not that there's one time where I didn't really make much at all, but I still was able to make a slight profit, which is better than none. But there are times when it kind of sucks that that one time that I didn't make it, but it kind of evens out because I ended up meeting people and ended up getting other connections that led me to other things. So I think in the end, even if you don't make money, again, like that is the goal, but just kind of look for the other positive things. Try to talk to people, especially if you're in an artsy area. There are other artists coming by, or there's other people interested who always know something. So just make sure that you're open and willing to talk to people. That is how I learned a lot of the things I know now, or where to go look for the stuff that I know now. So just make sure to do that. But like I said, going out and looking for art festivals, start local, and then maybe branch out to the next state over. If it's not, like I live in Maryland, so the next state over might be Virginia, DC. That's not a state, this district is right near where we are, so that's not bad either. I have gone to Virginia for a young entrepreneur thing, and that was my best yet, and I cannot wait to do it next year. It was so much fun, and my area, I wouldn't say there are parts of it that are artsy, but it's not the most artsy type of place. So if you are in an artsy city, an artsy, county, wherever you are, take advantage of that, because people will purchase your art for higher prices. And that's a better thing. When you're not in a place where people don't really know much about the background in the area of art, they aren't willing to purchase it, and then it kind of sucks because they think, oh, your stuff's so nice, but it's too expensive. And especially when you thought about it and tried to price it at a range that you are making a little something, but still making it fair for people, it kind of sucks when they're not willing to buy it because they don't understand the work you put into it. So just make sure that you kind of do all your research about the area you're in, about the event you're going to, about how many people are going to come, how much it costs, how much, you might make, talk to other artists who you think are going to be there. Usually people have a vendor list, and as far as signing up, there's a whole process on that. If you guys want more details, let me know down below or comment on any of my social medias, but most of the time, the people who set up the event will walk you through it. My next tip is just to go online. Like I said in my last tip, that is harder, but it is still possible. As far as online, for me, it has not worked very well. There are a few instances where I have had people ask me to purchase it, but I'll meet them in person. So I guess I wouldn't really say that was online though, because these are people that I know locally, maybe friends of a friend or family members or friends myself that wanted to purchase it in person. So I wouldn't say that was an online purchase where I've had to ship it out. I've only shipped things once, and it was a while ago. So online for me, I'm still figuring out. It is a very, very tricky platform just because there are so many people doing it. It's just really hard to be able to stand out and sell your stuff. At least in my opinion, I know people have different experiences. Some are better than others. So make sure just to look it up on what you could do better. I'm obviously, doing my research and trying to figure out, but I'm so focused on all this local stuff I have going on. That keeps me busy. But eventually when I go off to school, I do want to have a better online presence. So I do need to start working on that now. So if that's something you're interested in, it's not going to kick off right away. Most likely it's just you have to put the work in. So just make sure that you, again, do your research, try to figure out what platform might work best for you. I'm on Etsy. I've tried eBay. That did not work out. And I think just because eBay has so much on it, Etsy is better simply because it is art-based. But then again, there are many, many different people who are artists as well. So it's hard for you to stand out on it. But again, people have sold a lot on there. So you just kind of have to weigh your options. That's another good one. And then there's places like Facebook and Instagram and social medias. You can utilize those and sell on those. I have joined a lot of Facebook groups, and if anything, if you don't sell on them, you can at least use it as exposure for your future events. So those are just the 2 tips I have for you. Another one obviously is start with your friends and family members. They are usually always willing to at least pay for a little something for your stuff and support you in your future, especially if it's a passion that you have. So start with family members and you just will grow. It happens step at a time. It seems stressful, but it will work. I promise you that. I remember being at the place I was 2 years ago and where I am now, and it's crazy how much things change. And obviously I'm still learning. I'm still planning on doing more, but it's definitely been a lot of fun. And a lot of the stuff I know has come from talking to people. And I am not big on that, but because I'm not that social, not that it's bad to talk to people, but it's gotten me out of my comfort zone and it has forced me to talk. And I've met some amazing people. I have learned some amazing stuff. And it's just all been so much fun. So I hope these tips were helpful to you guys in some ways. It's not a whole ton to it. It's really just doing your research and being willing to stay patient and just watching the growth happen. I know that sounds so cliche, but it's so true. You really do have to stay patient. Not it won't happen overnight. Again, that does happen to some people, but if it doesn't, don't get discouraged. Just let it happen. But I hope you guys like this video. I'll let you guys finish watching it. Again, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys again in my next video. Bye, guys.